Hello everyone, this is MC89 here. Welcome back to another video. This is another expansion slash modded worlds review. So today we're going to be doing the Epic Weapons expansion pack world. So we have, when we go to this chest, we got different types of weapons. We got the battle axe, breaker sword, daggers, gauntlets, spellbooks, hammers, lance, scepters, staffs, and also the sword. Instead of just having like a regular sword or an axe, why not just get one of these instead? There's more weapons, and the axe and the sword are kind of the same but different models right here. So right here, this is the basic. This set of weapons right here, these are the basics. So, alright. Look at all these weapons. Love the textures of holding them. Okay, for the base sword. Yeah. Alright. And we got we got some testing to do. These are just the base ones. This one is, the battle axe is 16. Wait, hold on, try it again. Yeah, the battle axe is 16. The breaker sword is 20. Daggers are 8. The base gauntlet is a 12. This one throws something. This one's a 6. The hammer's a 12. The lance is a 10. And this one's a 14. You have to click it in a different one instead of just putting it. It has like a button. Instead of pressing the RT, I'm pressing RT right now. It doesn't let me do it. If I press L2, well, R3, I mean R2, whoops, I'm getting buttons confused right here, whoops. So, L2 lets you hit. Alright, the base staff, okay, the base staff does 14, and the base sword is a 10. The one that does the most is, hang on. It's the breaker sword. So the most one that does the most damage is the base breaker sword. So that's somewhat cool. And well, we'll get to these later. Hold up. And we got different types of runes right here. These are different types of somewhat elemental runes that you can get from a certain mob that we can get to later. We got the acid one, the black hole, the blizzard, earthquake, evoker, fireball, fire vortex, frost ghost, heal, lightning, mini army, overgrowth, poison, solar, thief, tsunami, and wind. There's different types of those runes that you get from a certain mob. Or if you started off with the original spawn, if you find one of those chests then that has these, then you know what I'll be talking about. And something else here, let me put all this up. I'm gonna spawn this. This is a weapon pet. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna choose one of these rooms. These rooms right here. These stones. I'm gonna call it stones now because it's a lot easier. I'm gonna choose the fireball stone. Okay, this is probably not the right weapon one. Yep, it is. Okay, if you... Alright, you see what I did right there? If you L2 the button on the weapon pad, it displays the sword, and if you put any sort of stone right there, it does this. It puts your base sword into this sword. Depends on what rune it is. Depends on what it is. So that's kind of good. Somewhat. As long as that's the only spawn thing that you need to upgrade the weapon to an elemental one. Without these, you won't be able to do it. And okay, for these, okay, just in case, okay, I got these test dummy spawns, just in case if something was to go wrong with some of these targets, if I test out the elemental ones, then I'll place these backup ones. Depends on what spot that they move, depends on which staff it moves them. I'm pretty sure the wind one will do it. Okay, we got an escape rope, and okay, the escape rope takes you to here, and I probably lost the area where I made the target practice and the thing. So, well then. So, once you first get this map and go on it, this is where you spawn. I think you spawn somewhere around here, I think. Or, I don't even know, I don't even remember where no more. It's either you spawn at the gate. It's either you spawn, well, the cool thing about this map right here is it has a map to see where you need to go if you're doing this on survival. So yeah. Well then. So, this is the area where you'll be spawning at when you first introduce to this. Okay, never mind, I see it. I see the area now. Yeah, the escape rope teleports you back to spawn. If you ever get lost somewhere in the middle of nowhere, as long as you get that escape rope with you, and you'll be teleported back to spawn. So that's what it was. So luckily I wasn't too far. Luckily I didn't build this too far, and if I was to build it too far, then I won't be able to find it, and it'll probably ruin everything. So, yeah. And that's what it is. Okay. Alright, we're gonna do some staffs right here. We're gonna do the staffs and the spell books. We're gonna go for the mini army, frost, evoker, black hole first. Okay, mini army. You L2, click L2, and then it'll spawn like miniature army men. Attack any mob. Same as the spell book. I know it doesn't do well. As soon as for the staff, if you shoot it at the opponent, at your opponent or someone, it damages them by 14. The mini guys will take 1 damage of you. And then the frost, it freezes people. It freezes your opponents. First hit, 14. Damage, 4. And it'll freeze your opponent. And same thing as for this one, but the shot was lower damaged. So the first hit was lower damage, and the thing is still the 4. And the Evoker it's gonna spawn those in on the ground. You know how Evokers spawn their spells, things, and stuff? It does 6 damage on each time it hits. First shot, 14 still. I'm for sure that every staff at the first hit was 14, and the first shot of the spellbook is 6. So the Evoker is that, and it might hit multiple targets as well. And for the black hole, yep, I'm pretty sure that one will probably kill you. Yep. I'll just put a random chest right here. I'm going to put all the staffs that I used, staffs and spell books that I used. Alright, lightning, lizard, fireball, and fire vortex. Okay, some of these spell books and staffs might have the same effect but different somehow. So for the lightning one, okay, first shot is 14. Yeah, it does 4 when shot lightning. This might kill someone. Okay, blizzard. 1, 11. I'm pretty sure there was a bunch of 1s right here, so same thing but different damage. Alright. And then fire. Fireball is going to shoot a bunch of fireballs at you. It's going to shoot a bunch of fireballs. And it's going to be the same thing as the spell. Everything you do with the staff is going to be the same thing as the spell book, so... Okay, the fire vortex. Okay, this one may be cool. Alright, for this one, if you're ever surrounded by a bunch of mobs right here, use this as your advantage. If you're ever surrounded. If there's like a huge wave of mobs coming after you, use this. Use either the staff or the spell book, and they'll take it out by its damage. So that's pretty good for any like big waves of mobs or something. If you're like getting ambushed by mobs. Okay. And that's all that I'm going to be showcased for this part. And for the other part, there's going to be a part 2, of course. And if it's going to be a part 3 on this world, then I'll do a part 3. So the next part, I'll be reviewing the rest of these. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on part 2. Bye.